Hello and welcome once again to the Upper Valley Humane Society. We hope you're going to enjoy our program, and even more we hope that you're going to find an animal that you see on this program that you just have to have in your life. Please, please. We're not here just to amuse you, we are here to tell you about all of these wonderful creatures that need a home. So have a pencil and paper near. Be near the telephone, and we will commence with what we have got for you today. So, first of all, this is Austin. And Austin, he's actually out front here in the reception area in a sort of cage, so he's a little bit nervous about being brought out of it. But he's not really nervous, he's actually a very laid-back cat. And he's 6 years young. He is, he's just a sweetheart. He likes other cats, and he would prefer to be in a home that you're around quite a lot. In other words, if you have to go out to work all day, that might not be the best for Austin. He's very sociable, and he loves parties, so, you know, he might expect you to do a little bit of entertaining, and just for his sake, likes his food because he's quite a nice chap. Okay, Austin. So that was Austin, and I'll talk a little bit more about Austin but he's just doing a little walk around now, and he said, I'm not sure about where I am, but once I get to your home, I will sort of rearrange things so that everything suits me. And I will just then generally change your life for you. But I'm definitely somebody that you need in your life. And of course, it's got a very posh name, Austin. Although you could change it if you wanted to. So that's our first cat. And of course, I shouldn't say that because Austin's still in the room, and he would rather that he was the only cat. But I know you can't see it. But I have to say that he's got a wonderful tail. It's just like a lemur. And it has sort of ginger stripes. I think Mary's just going to show you that. Isn't that a great tail with those stripes? So now we're talking about Jocelyn. She is a beautiful cat. She is a calico, I think you'd call it, wouldn't you? Yes. So, you know, she's got the ginger and the white and the little white paws, and she's very, very sweet. She's a little timid. So she gets on with other cats. She loves to be petted, absolutely loves to be petted, and she does need a little time. Would need a little time to settle into your home. So you would have to be patient with her and very careful and quiet with her. So she might not be best in a home that's very noisy. I mean, eventually she might, but she might just get a bit put off at the beginning. So I would suggest a fairly quiet home. And but I noticed her when we first came here and thought how beautiful she was. Don't you think, darling? Oh, we've got wonderful eyelashes. The eyelashes just come springing out. And so she's been here since July, and she does get on with other cats, and she just a sweet little cat. And she's only what? She's 3 years old. Are you? Is that what we know? Can you tell Rose how old you are? Yeah, 3 years old. And she said, so I'm a young thing. So she would settle so well into your household. All you have to do is just give her a lot of love, a lot of quiet sitting like this, and she might do well as a senior citizen or senior citizens. And I just like her. I like her. And I just spotted her right away, and I thought, well, if I could have a cat, which I can't, then there's the tail going. That's right. I think I might settle on Jocelyn. So why don't you come and see her? You see, I'm always saying that because I think if people come in here to the Upper Valley Humane Society, once you see one of the animals here, our four-legged friends, perhaps I should say, you just fall in love with them and you decide you have to take them home. So then you fill in the form, quite a long form, because we like to know they're going to the right people and a happy home. And then there you are. Off you go with Jocelyn, or whoever else it might be, but look how sweet she is. So please, come and see her. just think about it. I'm sure there's someone out there who is just the perfect person to be Jocelyn's person. Here we have Sosa, black as ebony, beautiful. It's funny because sometimes in the States I understand that black cats are meant to be unlucky. Well, in Britain where I was brought up, black cats are good luck. And if a black cat ran in front of your car or your bicycle or something like that, oh, you were so thrilled. So that's what I have brought here to this country. To me, black cats are very lucky. And Sosa is a very lucky cat. So she's going to be lucky for you is what I mean. So I would definitely recommend that you take her to your home. She is 5 years old. She's a nice armful of cat. And talking about that, she did just say to me, you know, I know she's a bit restless now because they're sort of brought out and not quite sure where they are, but she's a good conversationalist, isn't she? And so she actually does like to be in your arms most of the day. So if you were someone who perhaps couldn't move around very much, Sosa would love that because she could just be with you, helping you feel better, giving you comfort, and sitting on your lap or beside you on the sofa or cuddled up in the chair with you. She would be a wonderful companion. And she's not making life very easy for us to see her, but you come and go in the general picture. She's just very sweet, very easy to look after. She's very undemanding, which is very unusual to say for a cat, because most cats really like the world to revolve around them. But not Sosa. She's just a sweetheart. Where did you go, Sosa? She's somewhere under there. She's down there. Yes. So she likes her little toys to play with, but mostly she just wants to sit with you. And of course sleep with you. Very important, but then most animals do too. I mean, my dog sleeps with me, and now it's getting chilly. It's really nice at night. There you are, sweetheart. Did you want to read my book? There. Oh, yes, well, we're showing off a bit, I think, which is great. So, oh, what's under there? Huh? That's the road under there. So please come and see Sosa. The other thing about Sosa is that she has had she's front declawed. Her front paws are being declawed. This is something that is not, it's unnecessarily painful for a cat, and there are many vets who actually will not do it anymore. They just refuse to do it because it can also set up problems in later life for cats. But not Sosa. She's just fine, and she doesn't seem to notice it too much. But it probably is. If your vet says no, we won't do it, please don't do it, because it's like having your fingernails taken out. It's painful.
Not your whole bone.
Oh, your whole
finger cut.
Your whole finger. Oh.
Cut. Yeah.
Cut. Okay.
Yes.
Well, that's Mary from the back there. So so anyway, but Sosa said, well, I'm just fine. And I'm just looking for the right cuddler. That's what I want. I'm a cuddly cat. And she said, isn't that right, Sosa? Anything else you want to say, dear? No. She said, I'm really just waiting for my person to come along. Do you want to go behind there and see what's behind there? So she's also not only a cuddly cat, but a curious cat. So please come, see her, and just take her home. I'm introducing you to James and Caitlin. I mean, obviously this is Caitlin and this is James. And so James is very old, isn't he?
Yes, he's about 10 years old. That's our best guess. He's definitely a senior. He looks old. He acts old.
Well, maybe he'd act younger if he really settled into a new and very caring and loving home. Is he a stray?
He came from a cruelty case, so he's actually kind of a rescue.
Yes.
He is very sweet and gentle. I don't think he's ever had a human friend before, but he seems, he's very sweet and kind. He likes to be petted, so he's just learning, I think, how nice people are.
Oh, isn't that awful to think that he spent his 10 years and no person, no human being has been kind to him, as far as we know anyway. So, well, he seems to be doing very well now.
He is. He just learned how to purr Last week.
Yeah. Oh gosh, can you believe that? You are wonderful people here. You really are. The care and the love, honestly, and the attention and you know the intuition that the staff here have on about the animals that come in, and believe me, they come in all shapes, sizes, conditions. And so James he's having we're trying a new food on him, are we?
Yes. So he's had some issues with his tummy since he's come in.
Not surprising on the life, yes.
So we decided to do a food trial to see if he has a food allergy. So he's on a hypoallergenic food, and it has made a huge difference for him.
Wow.
You can tell he's got some pep in his step now. It's made a huge difference in, I think, just how good he feels.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, it's just great. Sometimes you wouldn't think that an animal might have a food allergy, but they definitely do.
I remember years ago I had an old dog, and he was on some medication, I don't know what it was, and he just went right off his food, and it took me a little while to realize that it was probably the medication. So, and he was losing weight, so we changed the meds, and bingo. So, yes. Well, certainly compared to the last time I saw him, he's improved a lot.
He's kneading my arm. He's purring right now. I think he likes you.
Yes. Well, so what sort of a family or person do you think would be?
I think he would like a home that's kind of quiet, not too much commotion, somebody who understands that he's still kind of learning how to be a house cat, and someone very gentle who just wants to spend time with him.
Yes, quiet people. Doesn't have to be seniors, but you know, seniors tend to be home perhaps a little bit more and maybe a little bit quieter. Not all seniors, of course. You're looking at one here. I wouldn't say I was being quiet, but anyway, please do come and be James's person. And you notice I talk about his person because I don't like talking about owners, because I don't know about anybody out there who has an animal, but I am owned by my dog, if you want to put it that way. I prefer to say I am my dog's person, because it's that way round, it's not the other way round, I can assure you. I have a Dachshund, and
they're bossy.
They're very bossy, and they're very, yes. So anyway, James, so I know that there's somebody there who just, and he's so pretty. You know, and look at the little paw there, and he's gone to sleep in Caitlin's arms. So just think how wonderful it would be to have a cat like that around, and how much peace he would give you while you're sitting there with him in your arms, knowing that you have done the most wonderful thing for a very needy and cat that's been very hurt over the years, not necessarily physically, but his psyche has been very damaged. And so you can spend the next 10 years, because I'm sure he's going to live to be 20 at least, showing him that actually human beings can be very nice people. Now we're doing doggies, and so we're going to start off with Thor. Isn't that a great name for a great dog? And isn't he beautiful? And this is Emily. So Emily, what did you say he had in him?
He is Border Collie, Shepherd, Lab, Rottie mix.
Wow, he's an all-American dog. Yeah, well, we're all American. We're all mixed up, aren't we? We have, people are too. Anyway, Thor is a sweetheart. He's 1 year old. He was a surrender. And he's very active, so he needs a lot of walking, so very good for our health, folks. And he can sit and he can lie down, and he definitely would benefit, or really needs to have, training classes. And that would be great, because when you take a dog to training classes, it's a huge bonding experience. And you learn a lot too, as well as the dog, and you learn a lot about your dog. And I'm quite sure your dog learns a lot about you too. We would prefer that, isn't it, sweetheart? Yes, I know, you're so handsome, you're so good looking, lovely smile. We would prefer that he didn't go to a family with very small children, as he's quite bouncy, because he's young. He's just a pup, really. And also he has some food issues, which may have been to do with his former life. But I just think this is a dog with huge potential. I think he's very loving, and he's very clever. I mean, with all those different breeds in you. But look at his face. It's a highly intelligent face. And I just think that you would absolutely fall in love with this dog, and you would have a great time with him. And I think after, as I say, a little bit of training, I mean, he does sit, and he does he lie down too?
Yes, he sits, he lies down, he has a lot of potential.
Yes, that's what I think. And I bet he would love to do, what's not the activity course, but what's the
Agility?
Agility course,
Yeah.
because I bet he's very agile. And he would be a wonderful dog to hike with, because, you know, what's the point of going on a hike or a walk if you don't have a dog? I never see the point of that myself. And so, because he does need, as I say, he needs his exercise. And when I'm talking about walks, just let me quickly say, I do see people running with their dogs, and that's okay up to a point, but don't forget that also the hard pavements can hurt their paws. But you know, a dog needs a dog walk, which is a sniffing walk. That's the whole point for a dog, is to walk along and, oh, you know, who peed here, and what happened here, and oh, there's something real, oh, maybe that's fox. That's what a dog likes. So even if you want to run a bit with your dog, please remember that your dog also wants its own time. And, you know, just an amble along, seeing what's going on or what has gone on in the neighborhood. It's very important. But then also, you know, a hike is a little more serious, but Thor would like to have a hike every day if he could do it, but certainly whenever you can manage it. But he's a lovely dog, and I just think you would have a blast with this dog. Isn't that right, Thor? Mwah! Yes. Louise, I like that. This is Tanner. Tanner. Tanner is a foxhound. He's a year old, and he's a sweetheart. We do have some lovely dogs here today at the moment, so you really should come and visit us. Anyway, so Tanner, how do we find Tanner?
He just came to us as a stray. The police brought him in one night.
All right, so we don't know really anything about Tanner except that he's just a sweet dog with a lovely disposition, and again, like Thor, he needs a lot of exercise. I really think, well, because he's really lovely, because he's a foxhound, you would need to have a fenced-in yard for him so that he can run out there and play. And I'm sure, being a hound, he probably gets on with other dogs.
He does.
Yeah, loves other dogs. Probably actually needs another dog. I don't think foxhounds would like to, not in their nature, because, you know, they're pack animals, and so he just needs a... What are you chewing? Are you having a nice treat there?
He is.
No. Now, the thing about Tanner is that he needs an operation on his kneecap. He has, I think it's this one of the ones. Anyway, he has a dislocated kneecap. I know you wouldn't think that, but he does. And so he needs an operation. So he's not actually up for adoption immediately, because we will have the operation done here. But we just thought we'd run him past you so that you know he's here. And if you're interested in him, then you can come in and see him, and you can visit him when he's convalescing and all the rest of it. But, you know, these operations are expensive, folks. So, yes, here it comes. We run on a very tight budget here, and so if you felt like dipping into your pocket and sending us a check, we would be totally thrilled to help with Tanner's operation, because it is expensive for us, but it's got to be done because we now have Tanner here in our care, and he has to have this because he can't go through life with a dislocated kneecap. It's very painful, as I'm sure some of our viewers know. So if you felt like it, we would love to have a little help with the operation, and just put on the bottom of the check for Tanner's operation, and he would love that, and he would be very, very grateful to you, and so would the staff, and then Tanner would be ready for adoption, and he is just sweet. He's good with children. Yes, he'll probably eat anything, being a hound, you know, not difficult. Loves exercise, you know, again, hiking and walking and having a good time and playful. Hey, I bet he loves soccer. I bet you could teach him to play soccer, you know, chase the ball and just generally get in the way, and probably basketball and all sorts of things, and just good old ball, you know, throw the ball, let him, I mean, even my little Dachshund likes throwing the ball. The trouble is he doesn't bring it back, so I turn out to be the one that does most of the work. But this is a clever guy here, clever guy. And again, he would need to go to classes to learn how to be just slightly more dignified, do you think? Yes. But he's young, he's a year old, he's bouncy, but he's very cute. And he's going to be terribly brave, aren't you, sweetheart? Very brave in his operation. Yes, really, very stalwart, very stoic. And then he said, I'm looking forward to my forever home with you. So here we are again, Kyver and Autumn, and we are still looking for a home. They are lovely, lovely dogs. This is Dad and this is Daughter. Daughter is, Dad is very self-confident, isn't he? Yes, and he knows what's what in life. Autumn is a little, well, less confident, I should say. Yes, because she's always been in, you know, Dad's always been there for her. So aren't you lucky, Autumn, to have a dad that's always been there for you? So they are big and they are hairy, but they are very sweet and they are still looking for a home. They have been here for
2 years next month.
2 years. That's not good. It's probably affecting Autumn a little bit more than it is, yes, old Kyver, you know, whatever goes. They are looking for a home. They would not like to be with other dogs because they're a unit and they're, you know. So they're looking for a home that has space and what else can I say? Love, attention. They love to walk. Mary and I just passed them having a lovely walk in the sunshine as we came here today. They looked very happy and they were a good sniffing walk. And so, is there anything else they need? Not really, just a home.
Just a home.
I mean, 2 years they've been here, and they're just wonderful companions. Maybe, you know, you've just lost a dog, a very beloved dog. And I know a lot of people, when they've lost a dog, they will say, oh, I couldn't possibly have another dog, I'm grieving. And of course we do, we grieve dreadfully for our doggies, but I always think that it's such a gift you can give to the dog that died would be to give a home to another dog when you're ready to do it. Because it's really honouring the memory of a companion, a long-time companion, or even a short-time companion. And it's sort of giving back to what they gave to you. And so I think that's how adopting works. So please, just do think about these two, because they're just the best dogs, and they're so sweet and cuddly and affectionate, and they just need a home. What more can I say? I know I keep repeating that, but please give us a call. You'll see the number going across the screen. Please come and see them. Hello, my sweetheart. Yeah, I know. Roz loves you. And this is the third time we've been on camera, they said. We're getting quite used to it. And they play together, and they're very devoted, and they're very easy to take care of. So I just know that someone is going to pick up the phone and say, I would like to come and visit them because I think I've got the perfect place. Please, Kyver and Autumn need you. So our last dog today doesn't mean to say we haven't got other dogs. And so that's why you should come and see everybody that we do, every cat. We have a mouse, by the way, sort of elderly mouse, but would love to, you know, spend the rest of his or her, I don't know whether it is, time in a loving home. And we do have rabbits. We still have rabbits, do we? Yes, we have rabbits, lots of rabbits. And so we haven't had time to show those today. So I'm now introducing Rover. And isn't that right, Rover? Yes, yes. So Rover is 11 years old. He's a real senior, but he's very healthy. He's very sweet, and he's nicely trained. He's a real gentleman, and he was a surrender. He's very, very loving, and tiny bit overweight, but you know, that's all right. We're allowed that when we get older and we're a senior. Loves car rides. Oh yes, the wind in your ears and all of that. Oh, just loves that. And he also loves walkies, of course. What dog doesn't like walkies? And he would like to be in a home where he doesn't have other dogs. He wants to be an only dog, Rover does. And he would probably not mind being in a home with older children, but I think because he's old himself and couldn't quite keep up with lots of young children running around, he would like to be with older children. I would say probably 12 and up, something like that. But he's a sweetheart, and I would take him home tomorrow if I could, but unfortunately my dog doesn't like other dogs in the home either because he wants all my attention. So I'm not sure that wouldn't work with Rover. But let's talk about senior dogs for a little while, because I know he's old and I can see everybody's thinking to themselves, oh, well, how long is he going to be around? Well, I've mentioned this before, one of the best dogs I ever had in my long life of having dogs, and I've had a dog in my life since I was 5, came to me when he was 14, and he lived for 2 years, and he was one of the best, most intelligent, most loving dogs I have ever had. So, senior dogs need someone to love them too. They need a home, just like senior people. And so, please think about it. He's in beautiful condition and he's just so sweet, and all he wants is a lot of love just for his sunset years. And hey, they could be quite long sunset years, we don't know that. But whatever he's got left, please think about making those years the happiest in his life. Thank you so much, and thank you for watching the program. We do appreciate all you do, and thank you to the wonderful staff here too. And just before I go, in case you think you've got rid of us, or me, we are having an adopt-a-thon, is it called? Or
Mobile.
Yeah, mobile adoption at West Lebanon Feed Store on October the 10th, between 10 and 1. So you can go, fill in your form, and you could, on October the 10th, you could go home with your very own dog. And hopefully Rover won't be there because somebody's going to come in tomorrow and say they want to take him home. But he might be there, and you can see him for yourself and all the other dogs. They need homes. A lot coming up from the south as well. So please come to the West Lebanon Feed Store on Saturday, October the 10th. And I'm going to try and be there myself and persuade you to find just what you want in your life, four-legged friend in your life. And meanwhile, think about all the lovely animals you've seen today, and just, you can make space, folks. You can find space, and you can certainly find the room in your heart. Thank you so much for watching. This is a thought from a dog. I've never understood why my human won't leave home without her leash. I think she's afraid of getting lost. But that's okay. I kind of like showing her around.